Okay, next week. Yeah, I think I was at 10K first 500 month. That's sick. That's so awesome, Shauna. If you guys are having big wins like this, like, don't hesitate to send me a private message and be like, hey, just FYI, like when I was doing this, I would always like reach out to Bryan, not only because I was like, I was stoked, right? And I wanted my mentor to know that I was getting good results, but also like, it's just really good for, it's good for your business. It's good for everybody's business. It's good for the community as a whole when they see, like if I do a shout out or something like that, which I will. I'll be doing one for a few people here in the next couple of days. And it doesn't have to be anything massive either. Like if it's a big win to you, then send it over. I can give you guys shout outs, and it's good. It's just good for everybody. Honestly, when it looks good for you guys as well, when I tag you and that stuff, and it looks good for the whole community. So yeah, that would be good. I think I've asked a couple people to do that. I need to do one. I need to do a couple here soon, but yeah. So I mean, that's usually like, and obviously I wouldn't know exactly unless you guys let me know. So don't be shy. Send them over. In a sec. All right. Sweet. 28 people, 26 people. That's pretty good turnout. How was everybody's weekend? Is everybody getting ready for Christmas? Brian's going to jump on here and answer some questions for you guys, do a bit of a Q&A, as well as, just general motivation for everybody getting started. Brian's fucking been hustling for quite a while now. But yeah, he, for those of you who don't know, Bryan is my mentor. He's the one who got me started in this in the first place. He's just like not too long ago, just crossed $1 million that he's made since getting online. And yeah, he's just he's legit. He's just a legit dude. He's been really good for my business and for a lot of people's business. He's helped so many people. Basically, Brian's team has been the fastest and highest producing team in all of Gaz. So he knows what he's doing. That's for sure. So feel free to ask him questions and stuff like that, and he'll answer them for you. And he's really relatable to a lot of the people who are oil field people in here and shit like that. So just another dude who came and basically, he might tell you a bit of his story. I don't know if you want to waste too much time with that, but if you haven't heard his story, I'm sure you'll hear it for all the new people in here. He's one of the top earners in the whole company, and yeah, one of the best leaders in the company, and he's been just killing it. So stoked to have him out here. He's hard to get not a hold of, but he's hard to get fucking commitment out of sometimes. So finally he's gonna actually jump on. Yeah, getting sweet things out of it. Not ready for Christmas. Weekend went well. Suns hockey team won another game. Nice. Yeah, I'm assuming not a lot of people are ready for Christmas just yet. And if you are, then good for you. Just kidding. I'm almost there, actually, to be honest. So it's pretty exciting for me. It's pretty rare, but once we have leads come in and we get that notification plus email address, is there a proper way to engage with them? Try to lock it up. So you just mean a lead, someone who's opted into the webinar. You're not talking about a $99 buyer, right, Jake? Yeah, when you get that, you'll get their email address. That's the only way you really have to contact them. Some people will enter their Facebook. One trick you can try, because email deliverability and the open rate on emails are pretty fucking slim. Like when you see an email from a random person, actually lots of times if you're sending emails and you've never sent an email to this person, sometimes it won't even go through. So it won't even inbox. It'll go to their junk mail. But basically, if they do open it, it's called getting whitelisted. So every one of your emails will go through to them. But lots of people don't open emails, man, or they don't stay on top of their emails, especially if it's from someone they don't know. So you can reach out to them, send an email, and just be like, hey, what's going on? I noticed that you had opted in for our free live workshop. My name's Jake. Just feel free to feel free to ask me any questions if you have any, and that's it. And then actually, like, the most commonly read part of an email is the PS. So at the bottom of that, be like, PS, add me on my personal Facebook if you'd like, and we can connect there. And then give them a link to your personal Facebook. Because people are a lot more likely to answer questions or answer messages through Facebook, a lot more than emails. So another thing you can do when all you have is their email address, and that's the only thing you have to access them through, you can actually search on Facebook. You don't need just a person's name. You can put an email address in that search bar, and it'll pull up a Facebook user. If that's the email address they've used for their profile, it'll pull up that person, right? So that's another thing to try. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it does work. It's a good way to add them on Facebook and reach out to them that way, because they're a lot more likely to actually respond that way. But yeah, definitely beneficial to reach out to your leads, especially when you guys are just getting started and you don't have a whole ton of them. They're still in the works of releasing some training and just trying to figure out exactly how to structure it and how to gamify it. So that, you know, people are like getting training unlocked once they hit like a certain number of sales, or they've put in a certain number of hours. Cause basically every time you're in the back office and doing training and shit, that's all logged. They can, you know, see how long you've been in there. In the admin account, they can see when you were last in there, how long you've been in there, all that stuff. So people that have been really putting in the effort, there's going to be, because some people just want to leverage the system and do nothing more, right? And that's totally fine. You can make money that way. But there's also people that want to, you know, learn as much as possible. So they're just still trying to figure out. The last call we had, we were kind of trying to figure out how to structure things so that we can open things like running your own email list and how to use Aweber and training on that stuff for people if they'd like it. But we're just trying to figure out exactly when to implement it, because we don't want to give it to people too quick, because it can be overwhelming, and they should be just focusing on the basic tools and creating that foundation, like I said. But once you get to a bigger leads list, this is for some people in here. I'm not sure if people are, there's probably a few people in here that are doing their own email list and stuff like that, I think now. But basically, you can dump that entire leads list from the back office into an email list with, you know, a program, with a program like Aweber. There's a couple other ones. GetResponse, I think, might be one. There's a couple other ones, but typically everybody's using Aweber. Bryan has some training on that as well. So then at that point in time, you can email your entire email list or your entire leads list. You can broadcast them with the same email. So you can like remind them about the webinar. You can follow up with them. Basically, the emails that people get from Brandon Odom right now would be just you personalized, and you could create your own. But you also need to figure out, it's pretty sticky too. You need to actually like season your domain. You need to run that shit. So I'm not even gonna get into this right now, but it's on the horizon anyways. Cool. Handle the same way, bro. Sending my username as well. Sick. That boy Jake. $99 buyers sitting getting billed. Do you just let them do their thing until they make a decision? Yeah, if you got people that are just sitting there consistently paying the $99 and they're not moving forward with anything, I still would reach out to them. Now, if they're not answering you, then there's nothing you can do. I have people that are doing that. They just don't answer anything I say, but they're just paying $99 every single month and they're not doing anything. So fuck them, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I'm just like, okay, well, I tried to reach out several times, so there's nothing you can do about that. But if there's other people, you can just kind of subtly coax them. Not even coax them. I wouldn't use that word actually, but you can just be like, hey, just wanted to reach out to you and see if you're still interested in moving forward with this. Have you done anything? That's kind of, have you figured out a path forward? Are you still interested? Is there anything I can help you with? Questions like that. They might give them that extra little push in the right direction. But I mean, some people are just procrastinators, and there's nothing you can really do about that. But But yeah. Hey Gary, you may already know my mentor is pretty much non-existent. Is there any way to get a different mentor, or do you just participate in these things like this? Yeah, just participate in things like this, man. You can reach out to me, Brance. I know I'm gonna talk to Matt too, or I won't say any names, I guess, any last names, but I'll reach out to him too, man, because this has been kind of an ongoing issue. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but like I need to give him shit, because like if he's not interested, then I'm just gonna fucking take his buyers from now on, and I'll help them out. So yeah, just in the meantime, if you have, just definitely continue to participate in things like this. Leverage the chats, right? Leverage the groups. You can ask me questions if need be. But yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do for the time being. I'm gonna reach out to him anyways and see what he's doing. And if he wants nothing to do with it, then it's kind of a dickhead move, but I'll help you out, bro. Okay. What else do we got here? I'm gonna send 7:30. I'll just hold up for a second. I'm gonna send Bryan this link. Sharon Lance, you have your hand up. There's something you wanted me to touch on? I'll just say I'll be right back. I guess I don't have to close this. All right. Yeah, so I just sent the, sorry, no question. Okay. Okay, I just sent the link to Bryan. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions for Bryan, try and make them quick. He'll only be on here for a half hour, so hopefully get some questions answered. You can ask questions like what you would recommend, or whether some tips for a first ad video, things like that. Yeah, just pull up the Q&A. The Q&A or the chat? Try and keep it to the Q&A if you can. See if I can fucking figure this out now, because last time this didn't work. What's up, dude?
Yeah, you stopped my video or something like that.
Yeah, no, man. I have to make you. You're gonna have to be the one here to say in a sec. Let me switch this up. This is what I had to do last time too. I don't know why I can't figure it out to get the video going. I didn't stop it.
Dude, Zoom as always. I don't know what it is. It's pissed me off since forever.
Dude, like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I don't fucking change anything. So
I just hack Jang's and use his because it's all set up.
Yeah, there's got to be a better way, but damn, let me just figure out what I had to do last time here. That was the last time I was with Jesse and Aaron. Actually, I had to fucking just switch this all up. I'll make you a host. That should get your video right.
All right. There we go.
What's up, dude?
All right, can you hear and see me?
I can hear and see you, yeah.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay, try speaking now. Yeah, you're good now.
Okay,
I know. It's because I got my ear pods in. I was working with my headphones in.
Oh, yeah. Sick. Sweet, man. What's going on?
Not much, bro. Look at that beard, son.
Growing it out.
Yeah, where's your plaid shirt?
Downstairs, actually.
All right. So what's up?
Oh, not much. Just got back from snowboarding not too long ago, actually. Yeah.
Don't miss it, bro.
What's that?
Don't miss it. I'm going swimming with whale sharks this week. So
What?
yeah.
You gotta do that when I come down, man. It's like a fucking dream.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch. There's whales here right now and stuff too. Like, what are they? I don't know if they're humpbacks or blue whales or something. I can't remember, but
I'm gonna book my flight soon, but we'll talk about that later. So I'll stick around in between that wedding I got. Remember?
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah, let's talk about that later.
Yeah.
So I can't see like no, like if you guys got some sort of topics you want me to touch on while I'm in here, then I'm open to absolutely anything.
You can't see the Q&A?
Yeah, I can. Hold up. But yeah, you might have to read them out because they're probably new on my end because I just got in, so there's nothing in there.
Okay, that's all good. I answered all the other questions before you came on, anyways. But
all right, well, let's get some more.
What's that?
Let's get some more. I think my biggest topic, there is one there. But before I answer that, I think my biggest topic right now that I really want everybody really pushing out is brand awareness and getting your guys out there, not just as like I'm selling all the time. Like it's going to be, I mean, it's good to do both, right? But brand awareness in the long run is going to benefit you guys more, right? So when it comes to like brand awareness, what I mean by that is like content videos. Right? If you guys watch my go live in the Project Freedom group, if you guys are in there, I asked everybody to go shoot a content video. And what that's going to contain is whatever you learned today or yesterday or the day before, whatever sort of value that you have in your mind, shoot a video and post it on your personal page, or not on your personal, sorry, your business page, right? What this is going to do is that you're constantly giving value to the people who have liked your page. They're going to feel like they know you or that they can trust you at very least. Right? So maybe they're skeptical right now, but the more times you're engaging with some sort of free content that could better somebody's life in some manner, later down the road, it might not be right now, but I can promise you that there's people out there watching your every move and wondering if this is the right decision. Like I had a guy today by the name of Chris King, who I'm sure he'll be in here in the next couple of days, who reached out to me after a year of watching me. I've talked to him numerous times. He bought the 99 and never pursued it, but he continued to watch me to see what, if I would stay consistent and if it would be, worth his time. And so today he reached out to me. He already been through the process. He already knows he wants a trifecta, but it took time and it was always built off value to him, right? He's like, I've been watching your videos. I've been watching your vlog. I've been watching your content. And, it's finally time that I've decided that I'm going to make some moves on this and get plugged in, So you have no idea who's watching you and who's prepared to just spend money, right? And that the only variable could possibly be simply putting out some content, some value, getting somebody a little bit out of their comfort zone. Like I see everybody posting these questions and it just drives me absolutely fucking ballsy, where it's like, comment how your day went with your favorite GIF or whatever the fuck they're called. And it's like, I get the concept, but it just makes absolutely no sense why somebody would do that. Like that doesn't provide value into anybody's life. Some guy fucking playing over and over again in a GIF, right? So definitely make sure that the value you're providing is value, not just some stupid shit. I hate saying this because I know how many fucking people are doing it, but it's like, I'm coming out. I need to be straight with you guys. You got to have value, not just ask some question that has absolutely no meaning, right? Like give them a reason to ask a question, pull up some pointers and then be like, now, would you do that? Right? At the end of your video or something, if you want that kind of engagement. Right? Don't just be like, hey, comment your favorite GIF and tell me what your day did or how your day went. And then there's like, I don't know. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. Bryan, do you know anyone that had tested their own capture pages and done well? Lots of people. almost probably a majority of this whole industry except for GAZ. And the reason why is because this is the only system where we actually do 90% of the work for you. Now, you can integrate your, well, no, you can't integrate your capture pages and stuff like that, but you can email your own lists, which is Gaz's deliverability is not doing that for you regardless. So it's not going to be, you know, a work against you, right? If anything, it's probably going to work for you more so because of the congruency of everything, right? So, yeah. Testing is the easy part. You know, like testing is the easy part. All you do is build a whole bunch of capture pages and have them flip through what are they called? I don't know. It's like a switch. So every single time somebody clicks your link, it takes them to one of 3 capture pages, let's say, right? And it tests each one, and then it gives you all the data from each one. They spread it evenly, and then you know which one's working and which one's not working, and you know where to move forward. What is your top 5 daily profit producing activities? Ads, talking to people, phone calls. For me, it's a little different because my profit producing activities have shifted as time went on, because I've obviously outsourced a lot of the stuff that I used to do myself. But my number one would be getting on the phone, right? And Garrett and everybody would attest to that, as that's how they built their businesses, right? It's like, it's the best way to really engage with somebody and have them believe in you, right? Bryan, do you suggest story ads or videos? Both. Some people really like to read, other people really like to watch. So there is no better way of doing things, right? It's both equal. It's just going to be based on who you target, right? If the audience doesn't like story ads, well, then maybe pump them out to a video ad, right? And see what happens. Again, it's just going to revert back to testing. Do you suggest that even if you don't have any sales? Okay. Do you suggest that even if you don't have any sales? What brand awareness? Yeah, I would say, I mean, brand awareness is good regardless if you're making sales or not. You're providing value to people. You're learning yourself. You're going to shoot better videos if you're constantly doing brand awareness while your ads are running. If you're sitting there diddling your thumbs, why wouldn't you shoot some brand awareness videos? You know, it's not going to put a negative effect on your business. It's definitely going to do more for you, if anything, because keep in mind, like, if you're running ads, even if people aren't purchasing or you're getting a high lead cost, but there's people liking your page, that's people potentially watching your page, right? So getting some content to them in the meantime, while you're building that page, while you're building your leads list, while you're waiting for your sales, that could be the variable. If that one person who's ready to purchase but isn't sure if it's a scam or not, ultimately purchases because now he believes in you, right? Hey, Bryan, a little off topic. Do we really need to wait all the way until February for the Inked Entrepreneur clothing brand? Maybe a surprise early launch. It's gonna be, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, it takes time. Like, I don't want to just have your, like, go get a t-shirt and print some shit on it and just sell on it, right? Like, I'm actually getting a fashion designer and a clothing manufacturer involved, you know? So this isn't something that I'm just doing overnight. It's going to take time. But ultimately, like, the release of my clothing line isn't just for me and this Gaz community. Like, I will be actively selling that to the general public as well, right? So yeah, it's gonna be. I might have. Well, these guys, some of these guys that are coming to my event will have shirts and stuff like that. That'll be like a pre-launch. It's, you know, specialty to the people coming. But yeah, for the most part, it could be earlier. I don't know. It just depends on how fast they get the stuff pumped out. What's your go-to reply or message to get someone on the phone? There's no go-to message. It's all going to be based on how the conversation goes, right? And ultimately, before I personally get on the phone, I wouldn't recommend this if you're just starting, right? If you're just starting, I recommend trying to get anybody on the phone, right? Regardless if they have money or not, or if you know that they have money or not, because it's going to give you the experience of talking on the phone, and eventually you're going to get one way that works, and then you know how to do it that way, right? But mostly I would say, listen, like, I would love to type this all up for you, but this is going to be a 2-3 hour long conversation of me and you going back and forth, when I could bang this out in a 15-minute phone call. If that's, something that you're interested in, then great, let's get that over with. If you're not available now, what time are you available at? Book a call with them. So yeah, that's what I would do. How do you pre-qualify phone calls? Do you send basic info first, and then if they read through and are still interested, or just based on their income? Usually I'll ask them a few core questions. Obviously, what has them wanting to start a business, really dig deep into why they're wanting to get out of whatever they are in, which more commonly than not is relatively the same question or same answers. And then I'll just say, okay, so if today, if you started your business today, how much would you be how much could you invest comfortably every single month into your business, right? And they're just going to tell you $100 or $500. If it's anything over $100, and let's say they start right now, then make sure you say, if you start right now, right? Otherwise, if they're if I did it next month, that I'd have $100 or something. You want to know how much money they have at this very moment. So say start now, right? That'll just kind of give you a little bit of information that they may have, an indicator that they might have money. Sometimes they still don't, it's just inevitable. There's going to be people that will say they have money. I have a guy that's been talking to me for 2 weeks, and he keeps telling me he owns a bar, but he ain't got no money. I was like, well, how do you own a fucking bar, bro? Jesus Christ. You keep messaging me saying you're going to join, and then you just keep putting it off. You can't be doing that well, So it's just inevitable. You're always going to bring it, have people that want to talk their own life up and try and feel like a hotshot. In reality, it's not like that, So that's, you'll never avoid time wasters, even if doesn't matter how hard you try. What do you tell people who think you're scamming them? My biggest issue right now. What do I tell them? I'm you came to me. You came to me, and now you're telling me it's a scam, but you're interested a minute ago. So, if you don't like what I'm having to offer, man, no hard feelings, we'll part ways. I'm not here to convince you. I see what I have as an opportunity, and I'll give that to you. But if that's how you feel going into this, then, there's nothing I can do or say that's going to change your mind in any way. I'm a complete stranger, or we can get on the phone and you can hear that I'm English speaking. I'm from US or Canada. You know what I mean? Just so that they feel more comfortable, walk them through the, whatever the fuck, checkout page. So yeah, Jared just going at it. Fuck Jared. I know, bro, both these motherfuckers, every single time they're on a goddamn webinar, they got to fucking scream. It just drives me ballsy, dude. I was outside trying to shoot that last part of that vlog that I just posted today or yesterday. And I couldn't, because they're up on the top deck screaming. And I was like, hey, can you go to the back of the house? Fuck. It's they think that the mic's not on or something. Okay, I have the calls and messenger down, and not many say no. I send out the buy link at least once a day, but they never buy. Any advice on what I may be doing wrong and how to improve that? Walk them through on the phone. Tell them, listen, I'm not going to do the call until you're sitting by your computer or that you're completely free, right? I don't want any distractions on our call. I don't want you driving while we're on our call. I want you to take the value that I'm about to provide to you. And if you decide to move forward, I want to help you do that at this very moment. That'll stop it from happening, because most times you tell somebody to do it, and like you said, they don't fucking do it, right? They just say, oh yeah, I'll do it, when I get home from work. Well, why the fuck are we on a phone call when you're at work? Obviously this isn't that important, ultimately, if they can't take the time after work to do the call, or why the hell they're doing a call at work, is beyond me, because I know most companies don't even allow your phone there. But regardless, make sure that they're fully engaged, sitting at their laptop or computer, and they're available. there's no distractions. Like, or if they're like, if you're busy, like if you're driving, I don't got time to call you, right? Like I only call people that are like sitting at home in front of their laptop so I can show them what I'm trying to like tell them, right? So that I can walk you through it. Yeah,
that's an issue that I was running into a lot too in the past. And like one thing I started doing is if people are like, yeah, sure, I'll ask them straight up, be like, when are you ready to move forward with this? And if you're like, yeah, send me the buy link, be like, okay, are you ready to get started right now? And they're like, no, I'll do it tomorrow when I get off. Be like, okay, well, cool. Hit me up when you get off and I'll send you the link then. And we can walk.
Yeah.
Just don't even send it to them unless they're ready to do it right then, because fucking half the time they're just bullshit. Dude.
Yeah.
Like so many people I sent this buy link to and fucking no one's doing anything. I even at one point I was like, dude, I send this fucking thing out like twice a day and nobody's doing shit with it. So I just don't send it to them unless they're ready to commit to it like right away now. So
yeah, that's the same. Like, so my assistant's been dealing with my page and stuff like that. And people will be like, oh yeah, I'll have the money in a week. But like, I'd still like a call with Bryan. And it's like, no, I'm not getting on the phone with you until you have the money, because I've dealt with this so many fucking, like, believe me guys, you think you're the only one that's getting all the buy, like sending all the buy buttons and not getting the buyers. I've probably doubled, if not 10x how many people I've talked to and sent the buy button and got nothing from it. Okay. Like, it's fucking frustrating, but understand it's not that you're doing something wrong, right? It's just that those people lied to your face and said they have money and they don't have money because they're humiliated by the fact that they don't have any money. It's that easy, right? Yeah. They don't want to tell people they do not have anything, because it's embarrassing when you're 35 years old and you don't even have $100 in your bank account, right? So not saying that like it hasn't happened to me, but if somebody asked me and I didn't have $100, I wouldn't tell them I didn't have $100. I would be embarrassed too, So, and believe me, it's happened to me in my life, but like your fucking card declines, you're like, oh fuck, wrong account. I have to go to the ATM machine, boys. I'll be right back. Like shit like that has happened, but you'll never own up to the fact that you're just broke, because it's embarrassing, So you can't, like, that's why, like Garrett said, you like wait, don't send it to them, because you're better off to say, like they're like, oh, I'll have the money on Friday. Like, okay, on Friday, write that down, take a note. So and so on Friday is gonna have the money. I'll message you. If you're good to go on Friday, I'll send you the link, right? Rather than sending it to them now, because if you send it to them now and then you never do a follow-up, they're never going to, like, after 24 hours, they'll forget. Yeah, 100%. All right. Who else got a question? There's 27 participants here. There's 2 people asking questions, and they're in the same goddamn household. Let's hear it. Who's got questions? You can't grow without asking questions. Why do you think Shauna just had her biggest month ever? Yeah. Right? In her entire life. It's because she's asking questions. Whatever's on her mind. Doesn't matter what. There's no stupid questions. Ask Garrett. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Someone had a question earlier. What would you recommend for a good first ad, or some tips on a first good ad?
I would say be as natural as possible. It doesn't have to be good. It just has to be natural. Like, a lot of people, I watch their videos, and people that I've actually spoken to in person or on the phone or whatever, and then I see their video and they're acting and talking like somebody totally different. Like, that's not people. I can see fake is immediately. Even if I didn't speak to you, I would know that is not how you speak in person. Right? Like, take your phone or however you're recording and pretend like that is your friend that you're about to tell everything to about this fucking business, right? So that way it just seems like a conversation, and talk directly to the camera, like you're talking to the person on the other side of the screen, right? Avoid like looking away or looking down or looking around, like, or fixing your hair or whatever, right? Like, fuck everything else that's going around or going on around you. Like, look straight at the camera like you would if you're having a conversation with another human, and talk. Explain what you're doing, right? You're going to get, like, The more times you do it, the better you're going to get at it. Nobody is good the first time they do it. Believe me, the first year I was in the industry, I didn't shoot one video ad. And I tried when I was living in Costa Rica, and I just look at the video. I'm like, I just look pissed off the whole time, you know? So I didn't post it because I thought it sucked, you know? And it probably did suck. But guess what? Who cares? There's only one way to improve, and that's to keep doing it, right? So at the end of the day, the more times you do it, the better it's going to be. There's no like right or wrong way of doing it. It's just being as natural as possible. Talk like you're having a conversation. Don't act. Don't script, right? Talk normal. And don't talk like boring as fuck either. I should mention that. Don't talk boring and super monotone, right? Like when you're having down times, you should be speaking a little lower. When you're like feeling on the uppity up, you know, like things were going good in your life, you're obviously going to be a little bit more excited about that part of the story, right? Nothing will convert for you if you are just like, hi, my name is Bryan. You know, for the last 15 years, I've been working in the oil field. It was a rough go, but, you know, it made a living. Like, that's not interesting. I wouldn't listen to myself doing that, you know? So it's hard to even listen to myself do it like that, you know? Hey, Bryan, do you have any recommendations or advice on how to target more men than women? Just click off men and no women. So there's like I'm assuming that's the question. Is it a good, oh, okay. Oh, fuck. Now all the questions are coming in. Hey, Bryan, do you have any recommendations or advice on how to target more men than women? Yeah. So what you would do is in your, when you're placing your ad, like below the country or state or province that you're targeting, it'll be like English all, and then men or women or both. Just do men, right? If you want just men for that specific ad. And then it won't get any women unless someone's wife is hacking their Facebook, you know?
There's just one question up here that we missed. What's the best book to read for writing winning ads? I don't know if you have.
Oh, I've seen that.
For a book that I've read is called The Copywriter's Handbook. If you want to learn how to write ad copy, it's a good one. Is the hypnotic writing in the back office still, or is that there? Or what?
No, that's in the file sections of Project Freedom. That's not even supposed to be there. But
there used to be some other hypnotic writing shit. I swear it was in the back office at one point.
It could be. I don't know. I haven't checked, but I have training from Kiala on hypnotic writing and sales copy in the file section in Project Freedom. So you can check it out there. It should just be a YouTube link.
If you guys aren't a part of Project Freedom, you guys all should be in here, but let me know. We'll add you.
Yeah. Okay. Is it a great idea or bad to make a go live on my personal page about this, or should I keep my lips zipped for a while? About what? You have to specify on what, because maybe I said something that I was supposed to keep a secret or something. I don't know now. But I mean, you can do a go live if this like whole training is something that you want to talk about on a go live. Fucking great, man. But what I would recommend is not using what I'm necessarily sharing with you right now, but grabbing a book, right? Read a chapter, and usually what happens is there's a bit of storytelling, and then it leads to like the theory or, you know, the research or whatever, right? And that's the content you want, right? That's the content you want to share. And the story just kind of gives you an example of like why, right? Like in story form so that you understand it. So do that similar idea, but put it in your own story. Or if you can memorize a story good enough that you could be natural with it, then fucking perfect. But yeah. I've been running a bunch of ads, absolutely no leads, just keep changing my ads up and split testing the shit out of them. Don't just keep split testing like the video that you're running. Like it could just be the video that you're running, right? Like you got to switch it up. If you run 30 ads at $5 a piece and you got no leads, then it's probably the ad, right? It's not likely to be anything else, because if you didn't get one, that means absolutely nobody was interested and just kept scrolling, which just cost you money and impressions, right? So yeah, make sure if you're split testing, you mean split testing everything, like video ads, story ads, different video ads, different audience, like demographic. There's lots of things to split test. You'll never run out of shit to split test, right? It's just understanding. This is the problem, is like, and I know this problem because I had the same issue, is understanding what a split test means, right? And like actually taking the time to care about the split test, right? Because it's easy to just be like, I'll just place a whole fuckload of ads and hope that something works, right? Or you can strategically split test and not spend so much money just taking a shot in the dark and actually understanding what split testing is. It's a variable. It's multiple variables. It could be the headline. It could be the, pattern interrupt image that you start your video with, right? That could very well change the whole thing for you. It could be the way you speak. It could be the background of where your video is, right? It could be the audience is not the audience that you're targeting. So the best thing you can do, and again, this was the hardest thing for me to understand, was to break down my customer avatar, right? And understand who that person is to a T, right? And so when you're targeting, you understand what that person's interested in, what that person wants to see, which is confusing. It's like, well, what the fuck? I don't know what they'd want to see. That's my problem, but what would you want to see? Right? How did you get here? That's what you want to see. So mimic however you got here and do almost exactly that without obviously copying somebody. Okay, so do you recommend being straightforward in your video ads, like telling them about the $99 buy-in, it's refundable, or that our products are in the health and wellness, or keep it short? Split test it. You never know, right? There's a good chance that you're probably going to end up paying more for your cost per lead than most people would. Hold on, I need to turn the AC on. But yeah, if you're split testing, like I know people that have on multiple occasions have tried that $99, like saying that it costs money. Like I said it in my Cabo ad at the very end, but I didn't say how much it was going to cost. I just said, this isn't free. This is going to cost money. So don't fucking hit me up if you don't, like, if you're not going to take it seriously and think that I'm just like employing you or something, right? I wouldn't recommend saying anything about the products, because the minute they research those products and find out they're $8,000 or something like that, and you have provided no information to them, they're going to fucking flank out immediately. Right? So now if you're trying to promote the products to the health and wellness industry, that's a different ballgame. I don't know. I have not done that. Right? So in my eyes, the best way to do that would not be online. Right? If you're going to try and sell the water machine, your best bet is to do what Enagic teaches. In that case, go in their back office and learn how they do it, and go put on, some sort of water show, the Bellagio, for some the Kangen Bellagio, so yeah, at max, I would say that there's a buy-in, or that not a buy-in, but you have to invest in it. I wouldn't say how much. It's if they want to know that much, then they can at very least move forward as a lead, No, I get that. I mean, in my ad copy. I forgot what the fuck you said.
I was talking about targeting men as opposed to women.
Oh, well, no. Like in your ad copy, there's no. I don't know. You'll probably get really. I don't know you say it. But nonetheless, like if you want men, just target men. That's going to be your best, bet, because. Like if girls are attracted to you and attracted to your videos, then that's not a bad thing, right? I find that the biggest problem with girls is that you get all the stay-at-home moms, right? So, and there's a lot of them out there, And the problem with the stay-at-home moms is they have a husband or boyfriend that's working away or working all day, and he's the primary income holder in the household, and he doesn't want to part with his money for some bullshit business, you know? Like, that's usually how it goes, you know? But nonetheless, there's girls in here that have been absolute slayers. So, you know, it's girls, I don't know. Guys obviously will be attracted to girls, you know. Girls, when they see guys, they're like, oh, I don't know, you know? So I don't know. It's hard to say. It's all, like I said, it's all testing. It's all going to be based on the audience. You could get, I think I seen the other day that, I can't remember what the fuck it was, but I think he was Canadian. And I'll have to look to make sure, because in the States, I know it's possible. But there is as far as his shit said, now I don't know if he set it up by accident to a US currency, but he was able to target income demographics. I don't know if that's available in Canada. I know it's available in the States. So check that out. Maybe targeting women that make at least $50,000 a year. You know, that might be a better way of doing it, you know, or same with, well, fuck, anybody that's making 50 plus, you know, that's semi-stable with their life, would be beneficial.
Here in Canada still.
But yeah, that's what I thought. And then this kid that was working with Jared or whatever, pulled up his ads manager and it's showing income demographics. I'm like, are you in the States? He's like, no, I'm in Alberta. Like, well, how did you get that?
Yeah, maybe it's new, man.
Well, here's the thing is that Facebook seems to change things for a few people before releasing it to everybody. I've noticed that with like when they first started getting the go lives and stuff out, not everybody had that function yet. You know, like it slowly went to each Facebook. It didn't really just go out to it all. So maybe it's something that's in the works, but I'll have to look because I haven't tried yet. But hey, Brian, how much time do you give an ad to know if it's good? $5, not time, money. But also make sure that you're incorporating everything. Like make sure that your columns are all set up properly so you can see the cost per comment, you can see your cost per lead, you can see your cost per acquisition. You know, you can see all those numbers so that, you know, that you could take it all into consideration, because when it comes to like your cost per lead, it might be like $5. Maybe you got one for $5, but you got 2 comments off that, right? And you got to take that into consideration when you're doing your conversions. How much time do you? Okay, sorry. We just had our biggest month online, biggest month in our life. What's your best advice to keep the momentum rolling for consecutive months? Put as much effort as you put in to make that, and double it next month, right? Work harder, work faster. Just keep that momentum. Like that's how you keep it, is just keep going with it, right? Don't, if you like celebrate and then you're like, all right, I'm going to go get fucked up all weekend. And then the whole week after that, I'm just going to chill because financially I'm good, right? You're going to see a drop in your income, right? Just stay focused now. Because if you've had that now, like you should already feel like you have the momentum, right? Like there is no like key to keeping it, right? Like, I don't know how to keep momentum. Like you just keep moving forward, right? If you pump the brakes a little bit, you're going to lose momentum. So just keep hustling, go faster, go harder, like just continually grow every single day. Learn something that inspires you. Like this fucking book I'm reading right now, it's called Smarter, Faster, Better. It just has some really good knowledge in it that it's like got me super in tune with what I'm trying to achieve. You know, so, and now I just feel like within the last 3 months, like obviously I've been successful for the last like year, I guess, or a year and a half now. Almost 2 years. I think I've been how long have you been with Gaz now, Garrett?
I don't know, 18 months, I think.
Yeah. So almost 2 years. And, but now I'm so clear on everything, and I know my capabilities are so much stronger than I actually thought they were. Now I know anything that I want to fucking do, I'm 100%. I know for certainty that I'll be successful in absolutely fucking anything I do. And that just came about 3 months ago for me, right? And that was just like all of a sudden I had this feeling like, fuck, man, is it like everything I do now seems effortless. Like it's getting easier, right? So that's where the growth, that's because I'm reading lots. It's because I'm super in tune with myself and what, like, reflect back on where I came from to where I am now and realize what happened, the steps that happened. Like, this is why it's important to like log what your daily life is about, right? Like journal everything. As gay as it was back in high school, it's super fucking good for you now, right? Because there's going to be things that you forget, right? And then you can go back and reflect on your life, and you now, like, all of a sudden that'll spark something, right? Like that. I remember that time, and there's that one thing that I did differently that changed everything, and now it's led to this, and then that led to this, and now, like, you're fucking unstoppable. A lot of, like, everybody here, everybody that's watching, when you get to a point in the business, you're going to realize that there is nothing that you can't actually achieve, right? It's only simply because the people around you have influenced your entire life to think that you can't achieve shit and that a job is the easy route, right? But it's not. A job is not the easy route. That's the hardest fucking route there is. This is so much easier. This took me 2 years to build an empire. I did the oil field for 10 years. I have nothing to show for that, right? It's much easier being an entrepreneur than people make it seem to be. Like, everyone's like, oh, they don't see the countless, heartaches and the countless struggles, but that shit's the same in when you have a job, right? It's not like they don't have struggles because they have a job. It's just like that's like nothing. It's just like they're fucking flow through life. It's like, no, fuck, they work their ass off for even longer than an entrepreneur will, because an entrepreneur will outsource everything and do nothing after that, right? Or just invest money, just use their money to make them more money. And this becomes effortless, right? This, being an entrepreneur, to me, is going to be the easiest path in life, right? Once you understand, once you get through the hurdles and the struggle first, which isn't even that bad, because I went through 7 months of struggle to get here. Fuck, I went through 10 years of struggle, and like, I had like 10 G's in my bank account, like, that's not cool, so yeah. And like, yeah, your circle of influence, it's important to change that. So whoever doesn't believe in what you're doing, I recommend just cutting them out of your life until they do believe in what you're doing, right? Because it's just going to distract you. All right. What do you do when someone comments on your ad but then is silent when you answer back? A lot of people that comment on my ad do that, but I can see they opened to my reply. So are you commenting? Sorry, are you messaging, hey, how's it going? My name's Chris. What has you wanting to start a business online? Or are you saying, hey, how's it going, from the comment, then going back to the message, and then messaging again and saying, so what has you wanting to start a business online? Because I've said this countless times. That little fucking link that is in there that brings them back to the thread fucks with people. They see that little link and they're like, whoa, what the fuck? I already read this. Like, why would you send me that again? Right? So, like, make sure that you message from the comment, then you go back to the message, and then you message again, so that there's a message past that stupid little link, right? If you're doing that, then there's nothing you can do. They're not interested, obviously, right? Or you could, like, do the weird thing of just, like, sending them a question mark, like, what the fuck, like, or say nothing, right? That might help. If you really don't want to lose it, like, if, like, you scroll through their Facebook profile and see they got a nice truck or something, you really want them to message, just throw a fucking question mark up there and see what happens, Okay. I continually get lots of engagement, but no one ever has money. What is the best way to avoid this? I don't know. There's no way to avoid it, right? Like, obviously, here's the best way to avoid it. Stop running that ad, right? Because obviously you're talking to the wrong people. And you'll know when you're talking to the right people, because the right people won't be the first ones to be like, I'm in, let's do it. What do I got to do? Well, it costs $99. Then you don't hear from them, right? The people that have money and understand the concept of business knows that there's something, right? And this is why you'll get that, how do I know this isn't a scam, or it sounds too good to be true, or whatever. These stupid cliche little fucking, like, one-liners that I commonly hear every fucking day. Those are the people that know there's something to lose and understand it. The people that are just like, yeah, let's fucking go, let's bang it out. What do I got to do? Do you want me to send you a resume, you know, like, or something like that? Those people, they don't have money. So if you're talking to a lot of fucking people, maybe you're targeting the wrong people, right? Like, don't target like the Bronx, you know, like there's a good chance it's not going to work out. Make sure that the target, like you can Google this shit, do some research, find the cities, find the countries that are the wealthiest, right? I used to do it all the time. I Google the 10 wealthiest cities in fucking the US. It'd pop up 10 of the wealthiest cities. I target them, right? Target the top 10 paying jobs, or, you know, the top 10 paying jobs that people hate doing, you know, like there's just so many variables. Google can be just as much as your best friend as anything, because you can find out what people do like and don't like and where they're doing or how they're doing. Like you just got to do some research on your audience, you know, like who do you want to talk to? Obviously people with money. So if you're just targeting people that are wasting your time, well, don't, right? Like stop spending money on them because they're obviously not converting for you, right? That being said, it depends on how much you spent, because if you spent $5 and you got 5 comments, and then, you know, you spend $10 and then all of a sudden you've talked to 10 people or 20 people and it cost you $20, but you got 1 buyer out of it, then you're not doing bad at all. You're still in profit. Even if you spent $100 and you got $199, right? And let's say over the course of 599s, you know, and it cost you $500 to get 599s, but you still got 1 trifecta buyer out of that, maybe 2 Wukons and maybe a no credit check financing JR2, you're still in profit, right? So don't just look at everything from the front end or what you've spent. That's investing, right? That's good. That's not a bad thing. I know a lot of people feel like they're losing money, but you're not losing money. You're collecting data, right? You're finding who's going to make you profitable. Once you find it, you won't complain about spending the money anymore, right? Once you know that somebody's going to buy, or once you know your numbers. So make sure that you guys know how much you guys are spending every single day, right? What your monthly budget is, how much you spend every single month, how many checks you got that month, how many gas commissions you got that month, and see if you're in profit. And if you're not in profit, that's not necessarily bad either. Let's say you spent $10,000 and you got 3 trifecta buyers, so you made $5,000. So you made half that. That's still not that bad, because those people will still, if they're good and they're hustlers and they're not quitters, will make you money in the long run, right? So even taking a loss is not really taking a loss. You just need to make sure that your team starts developing sales and becoming a, you know, profitable organization for themselves, right? So yeah, that's what I got. Is there any more questions? I gotta jump off. I got another call here pretty quick, but
I know what it is, dude. I think that's it. There was just one. I've seen some people claim that they quit their job with this business already when they're just starting out and haven't made any sales. Were you straight up and honest with people that you were new to this? Yes.
do not lie to people. Like, I never lied to anybody, you know, like I don't feel right doing that. I'm not going to give some false expectations when they come in here. I tell them the dead honest truth, and more times than not, that's what they want, right? Ultimately, if you can't tell the person the truth, then you, like, when that person comes in here and finds out you're fucking bullshit, and you know, that's not a good working relationship. Like, I'm just going to think you're full of shit all the time because you lied to me on our first engagement. You know, like, don't lie to me. Tell me the fucking truth. I want to know if it's going to be hard. You know, I want to prepare myself mentally if it's going to be hard. I don't want to think that it's going to be easy because you lied to me, and then I come in here and it's not easy, and then I fucking, you know, like, what the fuck? I thought I was going to make money yesterday. I make shit. You know, like, you want people that understand, like, you're going to go through some shit that you have never gone through. You're going to have to go and, like, you're going to have to do things that you've never done before. You're going to have to shoot videos. You're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to try and sell shit. You're going to have to learn Facebook ads. These are all skills you've never done in your entire life. It's not going to be easy, but I'll be here to help you. And if you can accept that, you will be successful, right? inevitable. You just can't quit. That is the fucking key to life. It drives me absolutely nuts. How many people will spend $8,500 fucking dollars or $10,000 and quit within a month, or in a month's time? They're like, I haven't made a sale. What the fuck? I spent $70,000 in 7 months and I didn't make a dime, and I was still like eager. I was like, there's people making money. I'm still like, there's no way I'm fucking quitting, because if I quit, I know I'm going back to the oil field. Then everything I bought into this for is a fucking pipe dream, and I'll never try anything ever again. And there goes my life as an entrepreneur, right? And never mind if you have a girlfriend or a wife and you quit on that, then like, if you keep quitting on shit, this is why people don't believe in you, right? Like, there's so many people that are like, I'm going to start this. I'm going to do this. I have a brilliant idea that I'm going to invent. And then they never fucking do it, but they tell everybody that they're going to do it. And then everybody just assumes that you're just a talker. And that's why nobody believes in a goddamn word you say, right? So, and I'm not calling anybody out. I fucking done this before, you know, like I have plenty of times thought I was going to come up with some brilliant idea, or I came up with one and said I was going to fucking pursue it and never did. And that's why when I got into this industry, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's just fucking one of Bryan's pipe dreams again, you know, like, but it wasn't, because I stopped listening to them and I really took it seriously this time, because I wanted it for myself. Yeah, I didn't care what other people thought. So I didn't need to talk about it. Once you can stop talking about it, trying to convince other people that you're going to do this, or that this is working, or that it's going to work no matter what, like whatever the fucking excuse, why tell them anything? If they don't believe you, then fuck off. Like, it's not, then I'll just do it. And then I'll tell you later, you know, like when I'm successful. And then there's nobody that can disagree. Right.
Yeah, there's there's so many people that are just, there's so much bullshit out there, and people trying to pump their tires all the time. It's refreshing when people hear the truth. So it's honestly a benefit more often than not, really.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that. There's more times that I've had real conversations, like telling people like straight up, you're not going to make money your first month. If you do, I'll be fucking surprised, right? Because there's just so many variables. You got to shoot a video. You got to get your page set up. You got to get it seasoned. You know, like there's just, you got to learn how to run Facebook ads. You got to get the Facebook ads up. You got to get some leads, and you got to get them to whoever. There's not enough time in a month, right, to really bang that out. Some people will. Some people will. It just depends, like how they go about it. Some people hustle their friends and family. I didn't, because none of my friends and family believed in me. But nonetheless, there has been a lot of people that have done it and fucking made a lot of money, you know, but that's a short-term game. That'll get you off the ground, which is good, but you know, that's not going to be long-term money, which is why we don't teach it that way. So, but the choice is yours. The choice is yours. Awesome. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I hope you got some motherfucking value tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, bro. Appreciate it.
No problem, bro. Keep killing it. Your team's doing crazy shit. And, yeah, well, I'm sure this will happen again soon enough. So, Garrett just been hitting me up for a month, and I keep putting it off. So I was like, fuck. He messaged me today. He's like, oh, are we still on? I was like, fuck, I can't let him down this time.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Well, don't worry. I've been talking shit about you anyways when you keep
That's all right. I deserve it. All right,
guys. Dude, thanks a lot, man. And I hope everybody got some value here. Say thanks to Bryan, and we'll get him out here sometime again, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Better start trying right now, actually.
Yeah, try now. Try now. You'll get me back in a couple months. You know, I'm sorry. Sorry. Fuck today. It's been hectic lately. I'll explain to you later, but yeah, it's been
all right, man. All right, guys. Well, yeah, I'll post a replay anyways. Peace out, Bryan. See you guys.
Yeah, later.